I'm going to welcome our moderator for our next panel, who is Ruth Falquina, the co-founder and CEO of Estado Latente. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to this stage, Ruth. Thank you so much. Yep. Who's a moderator for our panel. Welcome, Ruth.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Good morning, everyone.
Gracias, gracias.
Over here.
Buen día. So if you would like to welcome the rest of the... should I invite them, or do you want to do it?
No, I can do it. Okay.
You?
So,
okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ruth Falquina, and I will be moderating this incredible panel. So please come to the stage to Elena González Blanco, Global Head of Digital Wealth Management and Insurance and Banco Santander. Our next speaker will be Ignacio Albert, Global Director of New Ventures at Telefónica, please.
Thank you.
And Alejandro Gutiérrez Bolívar, CEO of Ladorian. So, shall I start?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to the panel, How AI Impacts People's Lives. I'm very excited to be moderating this panel with such an incredible colleagues. And first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Ruth Falquina. I'm the CEO of Estado Latente, a techno-creativity agency. I'm also co-founded Spain AI, a non-profit organization whose objective is to democratize AI and to generate a great impact on society. I'm also co-founded the AI Gang. We are a collective and artistic project. We co-create crypto art, fine art, and video art, and also doing my PhD about the impact of artificial intelligence on branding. I'm not alone at the stage. As you can see, I have incredible colleagues, and thank you so much, So7, for having us, and let us be inspired by such an incredible colleagues, startups, and entrepreneurs. So in a minute, we are going to know their point of view about today's topic. So let's face today's topic. AI is everywhere. Every app that you use, a robot shows us the place that we want to eat, the place that we want to travel, or the things that we want to buy. When we e-commerce, a robot shows us reference based on our preference. So AI is going to transform the way that we collaborate, connect, or the way we live. But at the same time, we are facing so many challenges as society, people, and citizens and consumers. AI has a diversity challenge. AI has an ethical challenge. And AI has a creativity challenge. As a person involved on ideas industry, I see this new co-creation era I like to consider the AI like the new muse of 21st century. We are living a new co-creation era where the artificial intelligence enhances human inspiration and boosts creativity. As humans, we are jumping into a new era, and AI is giving us the opportunity to express ourselves as we have never seen before. And also, in terms of collaboration, we can see how humanistic profiles and exciting profiles work together. On top of that, AI is an exponential technology. So we are building tomorrow's technology with today's technology. So our future seems quite unpredictable. But the truth is that the decision that we make as society today, we will impact tomorrow's people's lives. I was reading a few days ago, as part of my PhD, the last book of K. Foley, 2041, and he says that in 20-year time, it's about the time that we are going to see a full benefit of AI on society. So, Elena, what do you think?
Well,
How will AI impact people's lives?
Thanks a lot, Ruth. That's a wonderful question that it's not easy to answer. So I will give my perspective as a linguist, as a background, because artificial intelligence has a lot to do with language. So what we are trying to do is that machines imitate human behavior, and imitate human behavior has a lot of different angles. We are trying to imitate image, we are trying to imitate vision, but how people speak and how machines can reproduce this, it's really an amazing challenge that has not been solved yet. I really enjoy when people think that artificial intelligence has an own life and can do things by itself and can cheat the world and transform everything. artificial intelligence is not so clever yet. There is a super big challenge in training artificial intelligence. We have wonderful and powerful tools, yes. I was working at the university for many years, and I'm still leading a couple of research projects. And one of the most important challenges of artificial intelligence is to teach machines to speak. If you have Alexas or Google Homes at home, it's really difficult to keep a conversation for more than 2 minutes, and 2 minutes is already a lot if you think more about what's the weather like today or how to drive here or there. But the challenge is there. So machines are learning very quick, and we are at a moment where artificial intelligence was created in the 50s of 2 centuries ago, but it has not been possible to be performing yet. So now is the moment where the technology has become mature enough to face the new challenges, and this is starting to transform the industry. So when we think about artificial intelligence, we don't have to think only about chatbots or machines. We have to think about how we can use these technologies to really transform our industries, to see how we can transform how we understand documentation, for example, in legal or contracts or everything, how we can use this to understand the things where we speak, and how this can be used to transform different sectors. So, for example, now I'm working in banking, and artificial intelligence is everywhere. Everywhere when we speak, where we have language and we have images, we can use artificial intelligence to change the way that we have worked traditionally. With insurance, it's a lot of the same. We have started to process documents, to understand our customers, and to use data to change the way in which things have been done. So my message here is, now it's the moment, because artificial intelligence has become real, and what I want to do is to change the feeling that people have, which is mostly fear and uncertainty about artificial intelligence, because we have an opportunity in front of our hands, and there is a big opportunity in languages too, and in languages like Spanish, which is the next challenge to make how artificial intelligence speaks in languages that are not English. So let's work for there, because the opportunity is there, and in the next 5 years, everything will be transforming our lives in every single thing that we do. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elena. Such an interesting insight, and I have at a headline, the time is now. So it's an extraordinary times to play ourselves with artificial intelligence and to enjoy ourselves with this technology. So our next speaker will be Ignacio. So Ignacio, what do you think about how AI will transform people's lives?
Yes, I totally agree with Elena's messages. I think that today we are all immersed in these digital products that have digital processes that are supported with artificial intelligence. For example, when we request for a cab with Uber, they have a platform that with algorithms selects the best pricing model, balancing supply and demand, and also the best route for the taxi driver. In the health sector, we have lots of cases where preventive medicine is supported with artificial intelligence to diagnose with images better and help the doctors to take care of the patients. There's an interesting startup, Spanish startup called Tucubi, that they developed a bot called Lola to assist and senior people in the day-to-day task that they have to take medicines or to do not feel lonely. And this is all with artificial intelligence. And I think that why now? Because now all the building blocks around this ecosystem are there. The data is everywhere. The talent, there are more data scientists than anywhere. Funds that are investing in these companies and startups. The infrastructure around 5G is coming, fiber, cloud computing, edge computing to have more processing power and storage power near the decision-making process. So I think this is the right moment. All the companies are willing to provide free services to get us engaged with their products so they can collect more information about us and they can improve their algorithms and artificial intelligence just to provide better personalized, contextual, and targeted offers. So I think the moment is there. As Elena mentioned, the term artificial intelligence was first used in the 50s in the US, in the Dartmouth University. There was a team of scientists of MIT, IBM, Bell Lab, and Dartmouth College, where they started to think about how the machines can learn. And at that time, and till the 80s, all the coding and the programming was focused in defining symbols, rules, so that machines could complete tasks. But in the last years, the evolution has been amazing, because now the machines are starting to learn by themselves with limited supervisory of humans. With all the data sets that they have, they are alone finding the patterns, the insights. So that's a huge step in the progress of artificial intelligence. And as Elena mentioned, we are not there. There's a long way to go, because around mobility and perceptions of emotions, the machines need to learn a lot. But we are getting there with this new deep learning and machine learning algorithms that they are using sophisticated systems to find patterns with the data that we can collect. So I'm very, very optimistic as well with artificial intelligence. I think the challenges are around privacy and data security, around ethical points that you mentioned of if a machine makes a decision, who's accountable for that decision? So there should be a lot of efforts in auditing how machines make decisions. And but I think that the opportunity is there, because all the building blocks are there, and we need to find a way where humans can complement, because the intelligence of humans could be more focused in creativity, problem solving, strategic decisions, and the machines could help us a lot in more tasks that are related to automation, or that human beings could delegate to this machine. So I'm very optimistic with the opportunity, and I think the future is, the potential is unlimited.
Thank you so much for your insight. I think we all are AI believers in these panels. Absolutely. So we see opportunities all around. And as you mentioned, we are in a new era of co-creation, co-working, collaboration. And as Elena said, AI is going to transform the way that we collaborate, create, or play. No? Thank you very much for your insights. And now it's the time of Alejandro Gutierrez Bolivar. He is CEO of Ladorian. So thank you so much for joining the panel. Do you want to share your point of view about how AI will impact people's lives?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Pleased to share with you, Ruth, Elena, Ignacio, this panel. It's a pleasure for me to be here. Well, how AI has impacted our life. I mean, we should talk about, or we are talking about, how we apply this AI to the communication flow when we are in a physical spaces. At Ladorian, that we are doing is to understand and to take care of the clients where they need to talk with their clients, where they are purchasing or experience their brands inside a physical space. When we are talking about sectors or industries where not more than the 80% of their business is done in a physical space, you can imagine supermarkets, fashion stores, gas stations, pharmacies. All these stores are making their business in a room, in a physical space. Okay? Then how to continue and to impact in the communication flow that the brands has with the consumer or with their clients while they are in a physical store, when they are not looking for in a PC or in a mobile phone. Okay? The Ladorian that is doing is create a software able to convert these dummy devices such as TVs or speakers or labels in a real sales assistance or information assistant in a personalized way to each client. The objective is to give a personalized experience in a physical world, as you are doing with the banners in an online world, we are doing the same in the physical world. To do that, we are using well-supervised and no-supervised algos. And the idea is to bring the EA impact through two important premises for us, which are do it in a reliable way, given our clients' real impact, and also doing it in an ethical way. Okay, as my colleagues has mentioned before, the volume of data that we are managing are so big, are so powerful, that we need to do it in a proper way. We are talking about the future, not only about the present. Doing that, the sources that we obtain data to impact the consumer while they are in the physical stores comes mainly for three different sources. The first one, let's say, is web service or web API lines that we connected with ERPs or with weather connections or stock connections, whatever, okay? This is one kind of line. The other one is machine-to-machine data. Comes from the sensor world, IoT world. And it's important to see what is happening right now in your store. And the third one comes from the biometric line, which comes from the anonymous recognition machines that we are capturing gender, age, number of people. With all this data that we are generating is the way to impact the client in the right time with the right experience with the right product. The point is that all this, let's say, recognition, data lake needs to be audited, needs to be anonymized in order to don't pass the line in terms of GDPR and the rest of the legislation that this country is given to their citizens. And the point is that we are working with first-party data, and the 100% of the data needs to be anonymized. That is the guarantee that's guarantee the impact. And taking account that in the physical store, we are talking about one-to-many impact, not one-to-one. Then you need to think about clustering, about how to make the decision with a group of consumers or with a group of clients. You need to think about which is the best content that satisfies the maximum number of consumers that I have in the store. And that is where the logistic regression models comes to make the magic, to select the right content at the right moment to the right group or to the right consumer. This is the way that we are doing the conversion from dummy devices to smart devices. This is the way that we are ensuring that the impact that the clients are receiving while they are in the physical store are personalized. And this is the way that we are giving the companies the reason why to make this targeted content increase their sales at least, or their impact at least 30% in their turnover. That is, that we are doing. That's that Dorian is doing in the market and in the physical stores.
So thank you very much for your impact, and what an incredible work are you doing. So guys, imagine to the future. Imagine that you jump, as Kayfully said, in 2041, and we are already there. Imagine that you're jumping, and how you see the future. So how will be the future, the trends, and how AI will impact the future on people's lives in about 20-year time. So imagine this scenario. I know that it's not a tough task for you guys because you have the vision, you know the industry, and you know how AI will transform every aspect of our lives and our industries. So, Elena, I know that you are eager to answer that.
Well, that's an interesting question because this is a thing that I've thought many times. So when I try to imagine the future, I tend to think about the films that were predicting the future like 50 years ago. And those are amazing. Fahrenheit and those kind of films that were like thinking about people flying and interacting with computers. And for example, the Space Odyssey, where people used to talk to machines and machines were able to govern the world and change the things and make decisions. So we are not yet there, as I told you. And my thoughts are, future will not be so different, but it will change a lot of things in terms of how AI will interact in our own world. So we will not be flying or interacting with robots as film sets. I think that there is a natural trend to integrate technology and AI in our day-to-day life. So when we use our mobile phones or wearables and IoT and these kind of things, so they will be part of our day-to-day lives, and we will not be doing different things, but we will be doing things better. So that's my thought of the world. So as we have intelligent devices to detect smart traffic or to improve our health, that will continue, and this will be an increasing trend, and I think it will be for better. As I told you, I'm very optimistic about the future, and I think that the next, not 20 years, the next 5 years will be incredible in that sense. So let's wait and see. We are privileged to live this moment.
Thank you so much for your insight. I agree. I think that we are living as human beings. AI is giving us the opportunity to express ourselves as we has never seen before. So I agree with you. Any one of you want to answer?
I have a similar view of Elena. I think that 3 main trends are going to accelerate in the next year. One is connectivity and IoT, because every machine will have a sensor that's sending data to the network, and that data could be used to improve processes. That's one trend. Other trend, for me, very important, is the community. There's a lot of solutions for artificial intelligence that people can access through libraries or coding examples. So I think that the skills and the talent that are going to have more will grow much more in the next years. So that's the second trend. And I think that the last trend, that we will have new business models that we don't have right now, because the business will evolve using this data. We will be, I think, smarter. That's my belief and my hope, because we will combine the human capacity around sensoring, emotions, perceptions, and the creativity with this other intelligence more related to a huge amount of processing power. And we can use these tools to, I hope, to create new solutions and new business opportunities in the world.
Thank you so much. Alejandro, please.
For me, the future belongs to the creativity. I mean, I'm still thinking that the content is the king. I mean, the point is to create the right content and impactful content to be able to be displayed to the consumer while they need it. And this is the part of the EA, but we are still needing the creation process, the artist, all the capacity to bring to the consumer the capacity to be surprised. And of course, back to this action of creation is the artificial intelligence that brings to the content the capacity to be displayed to the right person at the right moment. But this is the other side of the coin that needs to be done with this ethical that we mentioned before, and with these manners that the consumer accept the trait. And once said that, I'm still thinking that the human being needs to have still having a lot of things to say, a lot of things to do, and the creations of content are going to be really the future. For me, it's sure.
I really like your insight and see this future and how AI is transforming the creative process and how it's enhance human creativity, boost inspiration, and how we are going to co-work and co-create together as a human, human team, or dupla or tripla. I don't know, but how will be the future? So we are approaching the end, and I would love that all of you will share with the people that is here and online a headline. about your today's intervention or the future or something that you want to share with the people that is here today?
Wow, let me quote a big one for this moment. So I always like to bring the sentence of Martin Minsky, the co-founder of the Artificial Intelligence Lab, and he said, will robots inherit the Earth? Yes, but we will be their parents. So we have a big role there. So let's work together for making artificial intelligence possible in our real world. Thank you.
What a nice one. Thank you so much, Elena. And Ignacio, do you want to share a quote? Or a headline?
A headline, my quote would be in the same line that you mentioned before. We need to work to get the best of both worlds. The human touch, the human interaction, the human intelligence, and the power of machines to process, storage, compute, and provide us with useful information to improve our lives in health, in education, in climate change, all the challenges that we have in the world. We can use these powerful tools to try to crack and solve these relevant challenges that we face in this century.
Thank you so much.
I would say that, well, we have tons of data around us, around all the business, around all the sectors. I think let's use it, but let's use it in a very sustainable way. And of course, the EA is the way, and let's do it soon and faster. Yeah.
And I wanted to share mine. As I say at the beginning, I came from ideas industry, so I see the AI as the new muse of 21st century, where the creation possibilities are endless. And I'm so excited to co-create in this new future and to solve all these challenges in terms of ethics, in terms of talent, and very passionate about co-create with scientists, humanistic profiles, and made a different duplas or triplas in terms of working, and really interesting things ahead. So thank you so much, guys, for all your insight and thoughts. I don't know if we have questions. There is an open session for questions or not? Hello? Any questions? You want to ask something to our speakers or to myself? Okay? No? Right? So thank you very much for joining How AI Will Impact People's Lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you.